Holy hell, it can be so darn frustrating when a girl says after a date that she didn't really feel the emotional chemistry, but still wants to hang out and be friends. I mean, is there anything more irritating to the masculine psyche than that? And today we're going to talk about why sexual attention is so important. What actually is it, and how can you make sure that you're introducing this to your interactions with women so you don't end up getting friend zoned? If you don't know who I am, my name's Daniel, and I help guys become men they can be proud of, who attract women that they're proud to be with. And a man who's not proud of himself if he keeps getting friend zoned. Okay, when you don't know the ins and outs of sexual tension, you'll keep being put in the friend zone by a woman and not really understand why, and you'll want to tear your hair out if you have any, and if you don't understand what I'm about to share with you today, you might not be knowing why things are working out or why things aren't working out. And once you do know how to communicate in a sexual way, you might not always get a yes, but you'll be proud of yourself that you communicated and owned your desires versus the girl not even understanding why you were there in the first place. So if you're on team masculinity and you want to be a stand for the empowerment of men moving forward in this world, hit the subscribe button down below as a sign of your solidarity, and let's crack into the video. Okay, so I think there's actually a lot of misconceptions around sexual tension and what it is. Some guys will go out there, and I would say the first category of men aren't even really showing any type of intent, which is the intention. What is your intention? My intention for this video is to be with you and to share some valuable knowledge. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to be in alignment with those actions. So when you go out on a date with a girl, what is your intentions? Is it to get to know the girl? Is it to test out the sexual chemistry to see if there's a match? Most guys don't even have an intention going in. The intention is like, oh my God, I hope she likes me, oh my gosh, I hope I get laid tonight. And it's all coming from really this fear, scarcity based place. But when we have an intention, like, cool, I want to communicate who I am. I want to get to know the girl. I want to share a bit about myself. And part of who I am as a man, it's wired into my biology. Just check between your legs if you're not sure, is that you're a sexual being, And if you're going out there with a girl purely to be friends, okay, cool. Don't have to worry about this. But if you're watching this video and you're going out there and meeting women, I'm guessing there's a part of you that wants to be more than just friends. And if you want to be more than just friends, you need to communicate that. You need to make that clear in the way that you interact with the girl. And so first category of men, it's like they don't even say anything, They're just like, hey, how you doing? Like, cool. Maybe a little bit of teasing, and that's about it. The girl's like, what the hell? Is this even a man? Does he even communicate his desires? But you watching that, you might have graduated from past that first step, Like, okay, cool. I can actually tell the girl, wow, you actually look super sexy. Like, oh my gosh, you're actually pretty attractive. There, I'm saying things that wouldn't really relate to being in the friend zone, because a guy who just wants to be a friend, never really says that to a girl. Okay. So that's a good first step coming out of it. But once you're there, that might not be enough to really spark the chemistry. Because if I'm just talking with you, I'm like, oh, wow, you're actually really beautiful. Anyway, so blah, 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 blah. That might be a great first step. But was there any tension in that moment? Was there any arousal created? Was there any chemistry created? I would potentially argue not. So we can even build chemistry, we can build sexual tension, we can even build arousal without even saying, you look super sexy, you look beautiful, things along those lines. Not that it's wrong to say that, but how can I even build crazy tension talking about how I made a sandwich this morning or how my day was at work today? There's ways and tools that you can build that up, but guys don't even have the big picture, and this is where I believe that they're making a lot of mistakes. So let me share something with you quickly so you can actually get an understanding of what I'm talking about. So let's say this is you talking to a girl, and the sexual tension is basically on a scale of 0 to 10. We got the sexual tension at the top here. So even though I'm talking to a girl, we're having a bit of a chat, it's just like very casual. Most guys are down here. It's like they don't even get out of first gear really. Then the girl's like friend zone. this is happening to you. It's probably happened many times before, and you just need to start showing some intent with your words when you're talking to a girl. But let's say you have graduated past this, you're talking to a girl, things are going well, and you might say, wow, you're actually pretty cute, like, oh wow, like, and chat, wow, that's actually that's really attractive, that I find that about you, boom boom boom, and the conversation goes like that. So again, it's a good step in the right direction, being able to show what someone might call verbal intent. That's a good step in the right direction. But is that really creating the tension that you're looking for? In an ideal world, you want to be going to a place where it's like, cool, I'm having a bit of a conversation, I'm building it up, and then maybe I drop it back down a little bit, okay? And then we're talking a little bit, and I'm building it back up even more, and then I'm dropping it back down a bit, okay? And then we're going up again a little bit more, and I'm dropping it back down. And what you're really giving the girl is an emotional experience. Her system, meaning her body, is like, wow, I'm feeling the pressure, I'm feeling the build-up, I'm feeling this turn on as I'm going on. Just a guy saying to a girl, wow, you look super cute. Does that really create turn on? It could potentially, but to me, that's a very basic way of understanding it. It's a very almost immature way of understanding it. There's so many more levels to it. What most guys do also, and this comes across whether you're in the bedroom or you're on a date, it's like chatting to the girl, and it's like, go for the makeout. It's like this way, like, jump from level 2 all the way to level 8. And girls don't really like that at all. Just because men get turned on really quickly, they think, oh, that's women also get turned on really quickly. And that's a sure way to make sure you don't see the girl again. Because even if you do kiss her, or if you do end up in bed and something happens, she's going to be thinking like, he didn't really understand my body. He didn't understand my arousal. He didn't understand my turn on. And this is why guys, like, after a first date, or maybe they've hooked up once or twice with a girl, the girls don't come back and they're like, wow, but we had sex and everything. That doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't mean she had a great experience with you. So one important point is, take things like kissing off the pedestal, like makeouts, or even sex to that matter. Start taking those off the pedestal, because guys are like, yeah, well, did you kiss her? Or like, did you make out with her? And it's like so important. Like, oh, did you guys sleep together? And they're more focused on the kissing, they're more focused on the sex, instead of focusing on what's really important, which is the woman's arousal. It shouldn't be like, wow, did I kiss her or not? It's, wow, how aroused was she? How turned on was she? Because uh, kissing doesn't always equal arousal. This is a big thing for a lot of men. They think, oh, because I kissed her, that means she was really into it and she was really turned on. No, not at all. That's completely not the case. You can have a girl super aroused, super turned on, and you didn't even kiss her. You guys didn't even sleep together, but she's leaving your house, she's leaving your place saying, wow, I really felt that in my system. Like, whoa, he took me places in my own body. He knew he was creating that arousal, but he didn't we didn't even end up kissing or having sex, as an example. And she's saying like, wow, I still want to complete that cycle, I still want to have that experience with that man. But most guys don't even do this. So just to give you some broad examples for now, in terms of, okay, cool, well, how do I actually create this tension? How do I actually create this? And it's important to create it and release. Men are just like, create, and they just want to go from 2 to 9 as quick as possible, because they want to, quote unquote, get the girl off, which is not what it's really about at all. Okay, you want to build it up, you want to release it a little bit. That release is really important. It allows her system to take on more. Even if you do some of the things I'm going to share with you in a second, if you're just doing them and doing them and doing them and doing them, it's not going to have the desired effect. You need to have the release of the tension. You need to have the absence, the time where you're not just stimulating her up and up. And I think that can be some of the hardest part for men. So again, what are some ways you can do this? There's ways you can do this with your voice. So the way that you speak. The tone in which you speak can create tension. The pace of your voice. Am I speaking really fast, like I want to do something in a fast way? Or am I speaking a bit slower? Because why? You want to add in pauses as well. Remember, it's not just what you say, it's what you don't say. Because tension is a turn on, and tension is created in the silences in between. It's not just what you say, it's also when you don't say. Why do guys get uncomfortable with awkward silences? Because in silence, tension arises. And when you can hold really good eye contact while having those pauses, those silences, that's going to create tension into the conversation. Okay. Other ways you want to do this, and obviously you have to calibrate and understand the situation. Physical touch is a great way to do this. Guys are always trying to like pull girls' hair or like be like super dominant, where they don't understand a woman's sensuality. Again, they're going from a level 2, I think you're really cute, to like grabbing her, like making out and like pulling her hair. It's like, whoa, way too much of a jump. You want to be skillful and masterful at playing at these between level 3 and level 6. How can you just live around this area and just uh, build all this pleasure and all this arousal and all this tension? And one of the ways to do that is physical contact. Just lightly rubbing your arm, your hand on her arm or her leg or something along those lines. I don't have time to go into it in full detail here. In my mastermind, I actually have a video of like me doing a demonstration on a girl that you can see her arousal building up over time when you're doing this. So it's a variety between physical contact, between eye contact, between adding in pauses, the tonality of your voice, the pace of the voice and the speed at which you speak. And when you come out of a date, don't say like, well, did I show intent or not? It's, did I build sexual tension? Did I build arousal? And you also have to have calibration. How's she responding to things? Because maybe her body wants more and you need to ramp it up and you need to do more. And she's saying like, I wanted more, but he didn't give me that because you weren't in touch with her body and how she was reacting. Or maybe guys are going too fast. Maybe you just need to play around in the 3 or 4 zone where you're trying to go 5, 6, 7. And she's like, oh, he doesn't understand me. He doesn't understand my body and how I feel. So let that be your marker after a date, after an interaction with a girl. Like, was there an element of tension? Was there an element of arousal? And did I go about creating it in an effective way? And these are things that you want to think about when you're in these interactions. So, like I said, even at the end, if it doesn't end up well, the girl's not thinking like, yeah, but let's just be friends. She's like, wow, that was a man. Maybe for whatever reason it didn't work out between us, but I was clear in terms of how he was communicating, how he was making me feel, the arousal and turn on I was experiencing in his presence. This is a skill as a man that can be cultivated. It's not just like, well, you're born with it or not born with it. No, you can build this skill up over time, and you want to get training in this. You want to get trained up in this because it's an art form. Your touch, your voice, be able to create this tension over and over again. But I hope you got a bit of an overview in terms of what that looked like. So hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, if you did enjoy it, if you're looking forward to more, if you're on Team Masculinity, making men sexual and great and strong again so that they can live empowered lives, smash the subscribe button down below as a show of your solidarity for men. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.